Welcome back to the Run the Numbers podcast. This is take two because my mother just walked in to ask if a pair of shorts were dirty or clean. That's right. I am doing this from my parents' basement. This is actually where I started the Mostly Metrics newsletter 4 years ago. It was December of 2020, dead winter, and I started writing online. Started from the bottom, and we're still in the basement, baby. I'm on Cape Cod. I'm having a blast. I'm actually about to go for a bit of a jog here. I'm doing the Falmouth Road Race in 10 days, but I had to hop on the mic and do this now. So if anybody's looking on video and how ugly I look right now in this basement, I'm wearing my Run the Numbers Ciale hat, and you too can get one if you participate in our next quarterly private benchmark report that we produce at mostlymetrics.com. I mean, this hat, it's style and utility, and it'll take, science shows at least 1 minute off of your 5K time. So I highly encourage everybody. While we're on the topic of being in your parents' basement, have you ever walked around your parents' basement and just been like, what is all this shit down here? My dad had texted me. He's like, all right, I finished cleaning out all the old electronics that we had down here. I walked down today. There's a VCR still plugged into the wall. I'm like, Dad, what do you need this VCR for? He's like, well, what happens if the kids ever want to watch old movies like Aladdin or Mulan or Lion King? I'm like, they have Disney Plus now, but nostalgia. Sometimes it's worth it to watch it in a lower quality, just to go back in time. That's not the topic of today. Look at this hat, by the way. You can also put it up like this, like a rally cap. Woo! All right. What I want to talk about is an unholy alliance, okay? And we're going to talk a little bit about Whitey Bulger, John Connolly, and AI. Where the hell is this guy going with this? But first, bring in my homies, the folks from Campfire. Woo!
I hate to break it to you, but you've been lied to. We've all used legacy ERPs that make it seem common to have painful migrations, endless consulting fees that break the bank, and even after you're live, getting simple answers still means hours in spreadsheets. Yeah, try getting to ARR in QuickBooks. Not going to happen. Campfire fixes that. It's the AI-first ERP built for modern finance and accounting teams. It's helping mid-market and enterprise teams close faster, unlock insights instantly in the ERP, and scale smarter without the additional headcount. And get this, I use Campfire myself. Your boy, drinking his own champagne here. And it's been a game changer for mostly media. The interface, intuitive, migration, a breeze, and it's freed us up to focus on strategic work like doing this commercial read. They just raised $35 million from a sell to further reimagine the ERP. That is not easy to do. I'm excited to see how they keep reimagining this space, and you should be if you care about the future of finance. Check them out at www.campfire.ai today. That is www.campfire.ai.
All right, so most of you know me as a CFO who refuses to use a MacBook, since that is indeed how you go to jail. But I actually spent most of my college years studying American history. I went to Boston College and wrote my senior thesis on the relationship between gangster Whitey Bulger and crooked FBI agent John Connolly. And this was about a decade before Black Mass, the book, became a feature film starring Johnny Depp. And so hopefully I'm not spoiling anything here. I mean, it is history, like it did happen. So if you're angry, I don't know, like read a book or something. But the TLDR is a mobster and an FBI agent grow up in the same Southie neighborhood. And as adults, they seemingly take opposite paths, one into law enforcement and one into organized crime. But they form this marriage of convenience. John wants a flashy informant to rise through the ranks of the FBI, and Whitey wants to run his businesses without going to jail or using a MacBook. So why the hell am I bringing this up? Because my brother, Tyler, recently forwarded me the information's piece on Anthropic's rumored fundraise and said, quote, Anthropic looking for 170 billion valuation on 5 billion in ARR. Do you think these valuations are fair, or is it hard to even say because of the unprecedented growth in a new category? Brother Tyler. Well, this is fresh off Anthropic raising 3.5 billion in March of just this year at a 58 billion pre-money valuation, led by Lightspeed Venture Partners and joined by MGX. And that's a steep markup, but their revenue is also up 500% from 1 billion to 5 billion in just a few quarters, right? So that makes that jump from 58 to 170. You're like, well, the revenue also did accelerate by at least that much. So from a technical valuation perspective, you say, well, I have the sticker price. Now I need to estimate how fast they will grow over the next 12 months. If they're going to explode from 5 billion to 15 billion, 300% growth, That's only an 11x forward revenue multiple, which like isn't crazy at all. So for context, Datadog and Snowflake do between 3 billion and 4 billion in revenue and are growing in the 20%, and they trade around 13x forward revenue. Now, the profitability police will tell you they also have something called free cash flows, again, somewhere in the 20%. They're both above rule of 40 companies. So even if Anthropic goes from 5 billion to 10 billion, they only grow 100% year on year. That's about a 17x forward revenue multiple, which could very much be substantiated in public markets given their growth profile at scale. I mean, like it's really hard to grow that fast when you're already that big. That's the math. But here's the bigger takeaway. This isn't just about valuation math. It's about an unholy alliance between two forces that need each other. And so my friend Kyle Harrison from Contrary Capital, he calls companies like this hungry hippos. And the incentives are stacked for the relationship to thrive. From the LP side, if it's going to be a binary outcome, the opportunity cost is simply too great to not participate. Investors will be very grumpy if they miss out, as they can theoretically gain to infinity and can factually lose to zero, right? Like the most that you can lose is 1x on your investment. From the GP side, even if it turns out to be merely just like a good investment instead of a legendary one, that 2% management fee on a 3 billion fund or investment still means 60 million a year, every single year. So if it was over 10 years, that's 600 million worth of management fees, which is nuts. And that's a pretty awesome consolation prize. So investors need to find companies that can absorb billions. And guess what? Anthropic is one of the few capable of actually spending that much money fast. It can incinerate capital. And you're playing the investing game for management fees a lot of times, right? I hate to say it. And if you are, you found your investment market fit. We talk about product market fit. This is truly investment market fit with large language models. 2% times an incredibly large number is a big number, which brings us back to the Whitey and Connolly analogy. It's a marriage of convenience. Both sides need each other to get what they want. Both sides are incentivized to keep the game going. As my friend Kyle put it, you have an unstoppable force of reality altering AI and an immovable object of capital agglomeration screaming toward each other. Candidly, I think they're a match made in heaven and they're going to shape the world. We talk about it a lot in this podcast. Incentives drive outcomes. And today, nothing drives incentives harder than the need to run up the tab. Wow. All right. Hey, in the meantime, check out our sponsors, Campfire, if you're in the market for a new ERP. It's built with AI from the ground up. Boom.